RuneScape's thieving skill is getting its biggest update in years, as Jagex is introducing new thieving content and planning to bring the thieving level cap all the way up until level 120. You heard that right, no 110s, this is a full-on 120. Or is it? Let's find out, so whenever you're ready, grab your cup of tea, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Thieving is the next skill on the block, which will have its level cap increased, and this time it's straight to 120. Jagex is taking a content-first approach, a direct quote from the news post here, recognizing that thieving is less reliant on gear compared to other skills. Their goal is to deliver fresh gameplay experiences while keeping space open for future content expansions. So what exactly does Jagex mean by fresh gameplay? Well, they're going to be adding brand new repeatable content with this update called heists. Heists will be repeatable solo together bits of content, which means that your progress is individual and cannot be affected by other players. However, you'll be able to view other players progressing throughout the heist, which you can follow along, which will be either a benefit or a mistake, depending on how skilled that player is, of course. Big Game Hunter is being mentioned as an example, but it's maybe a little bit far-fetched. I would just think that this is going to be like a skilling boss-esque minigame thing. Except it's a training method. Each heist is basically infiltrate a secure facility, sneak around the guards and traps, use thieving skills like pickpocketing and looting chests, or safe cracking to make progress to some kind of grand finale end result, which is the final vault, and then after opening that, you'll secure a prize. The reward, of course, being thieving XP and a bunch of loot, which will be proportionate or scaled to your efforts, which I would imagine is your completion rate in terms of how many things you've pickpocketed or safe cracked during the heist. Based on the wording, I do not believe that heists are going to be an AFK-able activity and are going to be an active-only method, much like Big Game Hunter, of course, which you cannot AFK. Whatever the XP rate is going to be, it better be like 50% more XP per hour than AFKing Dwarven Traders or Cruxical Knights or doing safe cracking, because otherwise people are just not going to do this unless the money is good, that is. Or other rewards, which I'll get into in just a second. Jagex mentions two specific training methods or two vaults in this news post, but also mentions room for more in the future because, you'll see once you see the level brackets. So the first is the Vault of Hereditas at levels 95 to 105 thieving, located in Caradet. And the second is the Asuran Arsenal from level 108 to 118 thieving. Based on the two images provided, it's kind of hard to imagine what these are going to be like, although the text does kind of give us a hint. The Vault of Hereditas seems to be a more, hey, dodge or hide or don't get caught by these angry spirits, and the Asuran Arsenal seems to be more mechanical, as you need to dodge siege cannons and flamethrowers, and you're under time pressure. At least, that's the impression I'm getting here. The second image, is promising. There's potential here. It could be pretty fun to dodge things and try to, complete a heist here. It could be pretty enjoyable. I just hope that it's not going to be anything remotely close to a copy-paste of whatever those don't get caught by the guard sections are in our quests, because those, I hate them with a passion. In terms of loot, Jagex is framing this as a moneymaker. Could be really good. Brand new rewards, like you would expect from Big Game Hunter or a skilling boss. So perhaps there'll be like a loot interface at the end, which you can bank easily. An active way to earn XP, okay, yeah, we knew that. And they also mentioned new, unique, and deadly rewards. Now, I'm expecting some kind of skilling reward here, but what we're looking at here, this image, does not seem like a skilling reward. This seems like a new weapon. Perhaps a super dragon dagger with poison, or like a dragonkin dagger, or like a dragonkin scimitar. If the weapon itself is good and the drop rate is reasonable, this is indeed going to be a good skilling moneymaker. Heists aren't the only thing Jagex is adding with 120 thieving. No, they're also giving traditional thieving some love with both mid and high level methods. There will be a new pickpocketable targets, chests, and stalls. Regarding NPCs, you'll be able to pickpocket Virelords, perhaps good herbs, archaeology professors for, yes, archaeology materials. Very interesting, that one. Wonder if that's going to be better than actually farming a cache. Wizard Tower Mages, Fairy Traders, and even Goobies. There will be new thievable high-level stalls found in Zanaris, Darkmire, and Menethos, which will drop fish, gems, and herbs. Finally, there will also be 50 new thievable chests using a rework chest system that provides a low to mid intensity training option, aka instead of spam clicking open on those chests using keys or whatever, you'll be able to probably click them and like some kind of progress bar above your head will pop up and it'll take you like 30 seconds to open it. at which point you'll gain XP and some loot. At least that's my assumption, and I would also assume that some of those chests don't actually require keys. I would say there is some potential there to introduce a new kind of Slayer or boss drop, like a special key, like some kind of purple colored key or some key that you could use for thieving training and for some special loot as well. But that's up to Jagex. These are all assumptions. Actual details, including other rewards from heists, will be something they'll talk about in the near future. When I speak about the near future, I mean late October, early November, at least that's my guess. Based on the roadmap, it's going to release somewhere in winter 2025, unless of course them bringing it up to 120 has pushed the update back a little. Although I would assume it's still going to release this year, as the roadmap says exactly that. I, for one, am definitely looking forward to 120 Thieving because this is going to be something else than those 110 craft this item with X progress kind of updates, and it's actually something different. I'm very curious to see how these heists will be executed in terms of actual gameplay. But with that being said, we've come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like down below and maybe even consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.